Don't fall off the jet ski. Whoa! Whoa! One thing we actually love about national parks is the first come first serve system. The cool thing about it is it's a lot of flexibility because we don't have to reserve ahead of time. We just gotta make sure we get there at the right time. So if you get there during the week, especially off season during the week, you're probably gonna be okay if you get there before 9 or 10 a.m. Sometimes even before 12 a.m. It depends on the campground. But you arrive and you pick up one of these little packets, and then you rip off half of it and put it on your post. And then you take the other half and you put your money in it and you drop it in like a box close to the entrance. If you reserve online, you want to make sure you reserve enough nights because if you want to add on nights later, it may be really hard to do it once you get in the park. But first come, first serve. When we got here, we just reserved a few nights because, you know, what if we didn't like the spot? What if there's a really awesome spot that opened up? What if the weather got bad? What if we decided we wanted to move somewhere else earlier? So it gives you all that flexibility where you can do all those things in first come, first serve. You know, it turns out we do like the spot. It turns out we do want to stay later. And so all we do is go and fill out another ticket early in the morning before everybody starts coming in, and we get to keep the spot. So once you're in first come, first serve, it's easy to keep that spot in first come, first serve. Whereas you don't get that same sort of flexibility when you're reserving online. Bat. Got the blanket, carrier, got the other backpack, got snacks. Anything else, Hensley? We got everything? Aw, we are ready to roll.
We're starting out at Sunrise Point, and we're gonna hike a couple combination trails. I've read a couple different ways to do this. One way's a little bit easier than the other. But this is going down Queens is gonna be the easiest descent into the canyon. But we're gonna come up the other side, so it's gonna be the steeper way. I think it's supposed to have some pretty good views that way, so we'll see.
Let's go.
Hi, Dad.
All right, I'm right behind you. Look at this, Hensley. Isn't this cool? You're walking right into it. Yeah, there they are. How's it going back there, Hensley? See all these views? Look at that. Isn't that crazy? You're right in the hoodoos. The hoodoos. So this trail is insanely awesome. And I guess what makes it so awesome to us, this is like nothing we've ever done before. Just walking down into this kind of area. It's a very fragile area. You'll even see spots sometimes on the side of you where some of the sandstone's starting to fall down on the trail. And we were at one of the lookout points yesterday. You could look down and see where, I call it a boulder, but it was probably made of sand or whatever, but it had fallen down and like covered the entire trail. I mean, it was the width of like this trail. So very big, you would not want it landing on you type of sandstone boulder. One of the things we're told was to watch out for things falling because stuff does slide off of here. They're constantly having to clear these trails. Yeah, look at that, Marissa. It's like they're just walking on air or something. I don't know, going across that area right there. It's really neat. If I wasn't lazy, I'd stay here and get you doing that, but that's a pretty good distance.
We'll just pretend that's us.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I think what makes this hike so special is just, it's so different from the norm of what we usually do. We hike around red rock sometimes, we hike in the woods, we hike flat paths, maybe even a desert type area. But this is just, you don't get to do this many places. Hike around in the hoodoos like this.
No, it's so cool. It's like being in a different world, like a little wonderland.
Hoodoo Wonderland?
Hoodoo Wonderland.
And Hensley's a real good indicator if you're building trails. She lets us know when she does not enjoy a trail, but she's really enjoyed this one, haven't you, Hensley? You got to see tunnels, chipmunks, hoodoos. How many times am I gonna say hoodoos? Hensley, it's another tunnel. Watch your head. Oh goodness. What are you doing? You're so funny.
So we made it to Queen's Garden. It's really easy to send down into the canyon. And they call this Queen's Garden because they think that this hoodoo is shaped like Queen Victoria, some statue in London that they thought it resembled. So they named this Queen's Garden.
Pointing right in the sun here. Right there.
Oh, I see it now. It's just that little part on top. Okay, I thought like the whole rock, I was like, it looks more like a wizard, but okay, on the very top I see it.
Can't believe I was pointing it out to you. You usually see all these things.
I know, I see everything in rock. Okay, yeah, I can see it.
It's just that top part up there.
I was looking at the whole rock.
Yeah.
But
Oh, so you saw that as a wizard's hat. Okay.
Yeah, does it not look like a wizard's hat and like a nose? And...
Sure, yeah, he kind of does. He's like got his little hand out on the side.
Yeah.
Okay, well you're going above and beyond, babe. Above and beyond. So wizard holding a genie's lamp.
Yeah, that's what I see.
Sure. It's a tight fit.
Suck it in.
Suck it in.
Hey, tunnel.
So Bryce Canyon is beautiful, and it's really beautiful seeing it from the viewpoints. But I don't think it compares to like being down in the canyon. This is phenomenal. This would be probably the highlight for me. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. I mean, so far from everything we've seen. You know, we love seeing things up close and personal with hiking especially, so I mean, this is definitely our favorite.
If you're able to hike down in here, I would highly recommend it because it's a beautiful hike, but it's great getting both points of view. You know, you get from up top and you see how huge it is and how vast it is, but then when you get down in the canyon, it's a whole nother level of seeing these rocks, so it's really cool. That totally looks like a face. Here's eyelids. It's like he's sleeping, and a mouth, like lips right here. It's like you would just touch him and he'd wake up.
It's like a mouse.
You want to touch it, Hensley? You want to touch it?
Don't wake him up. Oh no!
Hope you're enjoying scaring her like every 10 minutes. Yeah. Here's where we're going. One way or the other. Up there.
All right, it's time to start heading back up.
What goes down must come up, right?
It's true. It's my favorite part though.
She's so weird. So talking about rock falls, unfortunately, probably the most popular portion of this trail, Wall Street, is closed because of rock falls. So you just gotta go a different route, but it's just a bummer that's closed right now. Hey Hensley, can you find a bridge? See the bridges up there? We got 2 bridges. Isn't that cool? Must have brought out the big guns.
It's a tough life, isn't it, Hensley?
Here to the sucker. Door's hammer again.
We'll just have to come back.
Yeah, this is where Wall Street would have came out, right here.
Hiya.
And that's what you're walking through down there, which looks
Awesome.
pretty awesome. You made it, Hensley.
You made it.
Yeah. Okay, so over there's sunrise.
Yeah, where all these people.
Just came down, around, down through there, up here, finally right there.
And that was 2.5 miles, and then we're walking the half mile back to sunrise. The Navajo Loop is the most popular trail in Bryce Canyon. So you can start at sunrise or sunset. If you start at sunrise, you're going down by the Queen's Trail, and that's the easiest descent into the canyon. The problem is you're going to be going up at sunset, and so that's a little bit more difficult, but I have a harder time going down than going up, so that's why I chose to do it that way.
My take is you're going down, you're coming up either way, so just kind of go for it.
And if you
don't overthink it, just go for it.
And if you start at sunrise, you can always walk to sunset and go down too. So you can start at either place. Either way is beautiful, and it's an awesome trail. Did you know that Bryce Canyon has the largest collection of hoodoos in the world?
I did, because I actually read the same brochure that you read.
Oh.
But if I had not read that, I would not have known that. That's not something I knew. I didn't know what a hoodoo was, honestly. We've probably said hoodoo.
It's fun to say.
Yes. I don't know how many times we said that while we've been in Bryce Canyon, but it's a very fun word to say. So if you want to see hoodoos and like saying hoodoos and want to tell your friends about hoodoos, come see the hoodoos in Bryce Canyon. Yeah. I was talking about first come, first serve. What has been your favorite first come, first serve campground that we've gotten? Well, I'll even expand that to like BLM stuff, like stuff where it was BLM's first come, first serve. Because you show up and somebody's in a spot, you don't get to tell them to leave, because there's no reservations. One that stands out to me, which I cheated because I knew the question, but well, I did like Desert View at Grand Canyon. That one was neat, because you could walk to the Grand Canyon from there. But thinking back to the fall when we were in Colorado, we stayed. It was close to Breckenridge.
I knew you was going to
say
that.
I like that one for some reason.
You still talk about that campground.
I do. I don't remember what it was called, but it was just outside of Breckenridge, and it was around this lake. So we pulled up, and we could see snow in the mountains. We could see people boating on the water. We could see just smoke and haze coming off everything, and when it rained and stormed, it was so beautiful. Like, you could see the storms far off, and they would just come towards you. And first of all, it was totally unexpected, because we didn't even know where we were going to stay in that area. We just sort of found it as we went along. I think the place we planned on staying was actually full, right? And they directed us to this, which used to be a boat ramp, and it was a parking lot. So it was just a paid parking lot, that's all it was. So there were no hookups, but for $20 a night, the view was spectacular.
Yeah, the view was worth $20 a night.
And that was one of the big perks of the Class A, was like we pulled up with the big windshield facing forward, and we could see that view out of the big windshield. Whereas in the Airstream, we would have had to have backed it in, and we wouldn't have gotten as good of a view because all the windows are on the front. Not a deciding factor on an RV, but we try to do pros and cons as we think of them.
That was definitely the best view we've had with the first come, first serve. But, you know, I like free. So yeah, mine would probably be a free first come, first serve.
Well, what's a free first come, first serve?
Mine is yet to come, I guess I'm going to say.
She's undecided. We did a junior ranger program. They split us into groups and gave us like plants and had us decide whether they were in the park or out of the park. And when you know it, Marissa's group was the only group that was undecided. They didn't choose either one. That's...
You're never wrong.
No, you're right. You're always wrong. I view it the other way. No decision is the worst decision. I say that sometimes. I had to pin her down.
To me a lot.
Yes. I had to pin her down in a hot air balloon to get her to make a decision on whether or not she was going to marry me. So
it was a risky move, but
it worked. It worked. She makes good decisions, I feel like. Well, Hensley is dying for me to toss her in the air. Is that what she's calling it?
What do you want Daddy to do? You want Daddy to what?
Throw.
Oh,
you want him to throw you?
Throw you. I'm gonna go throw Hensley in the air a few times. We're gonna hang out as a family a little bit, and we will catch you guys later. Hensley, who dressed you, huh?
Hey, it's laundry day.
Her shirt's one color. These are different kind of pants. Got this sock, and then show your other sock, and then that sock. Perfect, right? About everybody.
Bye.